Hi, this is Sonia of Artsy Solutions, and welcome to #SpookyDivas, and it's hosted by ladies of 3 Facebook groups, which is Junk Journal Divas, Junk Journal Junction, and Junk Journal and Scrappy 8 Junk Journaling. And so if you want to participate and get entered to win or for a chance to win a grand prize, all you have to do is just make something using these prompts and post it into any of the Facebook groups, any of the 3 that we mentioned. And if you do each entry, so if you do prompt 1 and you enter into one Facebook group, then that's 1 entry. If you enter it to all 3, then that's 3 entries. And if you do all 10 and enter all 10 of them on all 3 Facebook groups, then that's a total of 30 entries. And then there's also a way you can earn additional entries. There's a bingo that Vanessa on Junk Journal Junction, she's doing a bingo that they usually do once a month, and for the drawing it'll be for the prize for the Spooky Divas. You can earn extra entries into the drawing for this #Spooky Divas, and I'll have a link in the description. So I'm doing the last one, which is number 10, Black Cats Texture Paste and Ribbon. So what I've decided to do, this is a part of something else that I had already made, which I was also want to put into the Junk Journal Divas, into this little scrapbook or junk journal that I'm creating. But this right here, I'd gotten from Eva of Bohemian Crafting on her Patreon site, and this whole thing, the main thing that I'm not showing you at the moment, she has a video on the construction of it. So I'm not going to show you the construction part. I'm just going to show you the cover of this little thing that I'm using for these prompts. So Black Cats, there's 2 of them that's on here. This black cat that's already glued on here, and it comes from Art House Whimsy. And then this little black cat that's on this cute little journal card, this one comes from Vanessa of Clemons Crafts on her Ko-Fi shop. So, and I'll have a link in the description as well for that. And so we've got the black cat, and then we're going to have texture paste. I'm going to be adding different forms of texture. So, one of them is going to be using the Rough It Up stamp. I'm going to add texture using stamps. And I'm also going to use it with modeling paste and crackle paste, which you'll see here in a minute. So I think I'm going to use some, for the stamped images, I think I'm going to use some archival ink, ground espresso, as well as this distress ink, aged, I can't see, mahogany. Yeah, I got my glasses on, but I still can't see too good. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this little crackle and just kind of add that on here. All right, and then the leftover, I'm just gonna kind of add it right there. And then I'm gonna take this dark brown archival ink, and I'm just going to also add just a little bit over there, and then the rest of it we'll put here. Okay, so we got that. As far as now, that is texture. That's one form of texture. And then another form of texture could be an image of texture. So we have a stamp of texture, which is kind of like an image of texture, but also I want to jazz up this little journal card. So what I have here is, this is also from Art House Whimsy. I had already used this on one of my other projects, and I had printed it out on clear transparency film. But it came with other images. So we have like broken glass. I think I'm just going to tear a little piece of this off. And I'm going to collage it onto here. So you've got texture. It's like broken glass, which is also texture. And it's going to be offset a little bit. So let me go ahead and distress this right here. I'm just going to glue this on. And then I'm probably going to glue this to a bigger piece of card, maybe even this burgundy, who knows, we'll see. Texture. And then I also want, texture can be smooth, it can be fabric, it can be different things like that. I may add some texture on here, I don't know, such as fabric, like muslin or cheesecloth or something like that. I don't know yet. But first, let me just get some scrap papers. Alright, so I went on ahead and glued this on here and stitched it, and I also found a piece of coffee dyed paper and went on ahead and glued it onto the back and stitched around, you know. So now I'm just going to add this little whale-tail tab up here, and then I'm going to punch a hole in it and add an eyelet and a little piece of bling. And so I'm going to add this little leaf and then the number 10, because this is going to be like this is the date, this is prompt number 10. So first let me I'm just going to distress the edges of these right quick using some black archival ink. Okay, so that's it for the tag, and then we're going to add some texture over here. And I'm just going to take this stencil and I'm going to add in, let's see, where's the burgundy at? A little bit of this mahogany. First, I'm just going to blend it in. And then I'm going to come back through and then add some light modeling paste. I'm going to offset it a little bit. Okay, so while I let this dry, this texture paste and stuff, I'm going to set it to the side. And I'm going to work on the cover of the journal. I'm going to have a file folder cover, and I want the pages, I want the cover burgundy, so, or purple, whatever color that is, maroon. So if the book is 8.5 by 11, or actually this is the page is, I'm just going to say 5.5, or it's a little bit bigger than that actually. So I'm gonna need like a 6 by 9 basically. So I want to go ahead and cover this file folder with burgundy. And I'm gonna get 2 pieces of burgundy paper. But what I will do, since I want to keep part of that upper part of the file folder, I want that to actually show. So I'm going to glue this part on here and then glue another part on here, and then we're going to create our cover, back, and spine. Alright, so I decided that I went on ahead and stitched this together, but I feel like let's just cut this down, make sure this is straight, cut it down to where you have a straight bottom. Still need to round the corner off because it's already somewhat rounded. I'll just kind of distress these edges. And just gonna go ahead and glue this on. And I will make it into like a pocket. And perhaps I could let this be part of that pocket. I don't know. I'll just make a pocket of a pocket. Alright, so I think this will be the cover. And I might come up with something to put right there. I don't know yet. And then this, I'm just going to take, you can kind of see the crackle and texture. And I'm just going to take some black over top of it. Just so it kind of shows a little bit more. And then, like I said, this is part of something else that I had already constructed. And basically, you just open it up, and then you have stairs, and you have little little ghosts, you know. And like I said, this is from Eva of Bohemian Crafting on her Patreon channel. And then I also included this little cat-like woman, Catwoman, I guess you could call it. And that's also Art House Whimsy. But and this right here, not only do you have 3D or interactive staircases and little monsters and ghouls, but this opens up as well into a pocket where you can, or like a little box, and you can put some stuff down in there, and then it collapses back down like so. So yeah, I had to go ahead and construct this part first because it's basically a whole other project. But I wanted to include it with the last Black Cat's texture paste and ribbon. And right here they are. And I'm probably just going to add this in here so that that can open up and that can open up. We'll see. But on my next video, I'll just do like a flip through of the completed journal. And because I'm still not sure, this right here was supposed to have originally just been, you know, a magnetic closure, or, you know, but when I started making some of my prompts, it kind of went with, like the back side of this went with that, but it doesn't have to, because this could still stand alone if necessary. And then I could just maybe have this coming down, and then this just open up by itself. But we shall see. I hate the thought of wasting magnets. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Let me just move that out of the way. So we have this, and we have this. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites. And as always, I thank you guys so much for watching.